Hey everybody, welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast. My name is Kim Johnson and I am a master mindset coach, creative strategist, and also happen to be a farmer. This is my chicken coop and I come out here every day to record a podcast, to teach distinctions, possibilities, new ways of thinking, and just bring some joy into the world. So welcome to the coop and let's start your day off in a fantastic way. Hey everybody, good afternoon, chilly afternoon from the chicken coop. And I'm watching my husband who's watching a football game right now, and he's riddled with anxiety over what's going to happen. It got me thinking about how when I was a kid, anxiety, as we've talked about many times, was something that was a huge part of my life. It was a state I was often engaged in, that emotion, which caused the state of just overwhelm, and you name it, everything else was thrown into the mix. And I know that very, very well. And what really struck me this afternoon was how quickly we can lose ourselves to anxiety and how much it stays and how much we pick up on someone else's. So here I am. I'm having a very relaxing afternoon, and because I'm recording this on Sunday afternoon and putting this up Monday morning, just so you know, so I can be out here with the chickens and doing this. And one of the things that I recognized was I was not anxious. I had nothing to be anxious about. I was, basically sitting, working on doing video editing, trying to learn some new techniques in video editing, studying. I had a book I was reading. I was looking at plants that I wanted to order. I've got 75 tabs on my computer. I was completely engulfed in another state of being. I was deep in curiosity. And all of a sudden, I could feel his anxiety going up, getting closer to the game, and how all of a sudden I was picking up on that. And then before you know it, I felt like I was riddled with anxiety, and I wasn't even anxious prior to that. But this is how it works. With strong emotions, we can, even with weak emotions, just if they're consistent, we can pick up on them. But for some reason, there are those of us who have a very high sensitivity to picking up any emotion. I like to refer to it as being thinly veiled. I just, all of a sudden I can feel it. And once I start to feel it, I get like, oh, and it almost feels physically to me like I drank coffee with caffeine, because it makes me very uncomfortable if I drink coffee with caffeine. But, or even tea that's caffeinated. Caffeine doesn't make me feel great, and I'm already amped up enough without it, and I really don't need it. But it gives me like the heebie-jeebies, and I can't explain it. But when you couple that with it being like, that's the physical aspect, but the actual mental aspect is it's just overwhelm. All of a sudden, I find myself going down a rabbit hole, thinking about all the things that I have to do this week, thinking about all the stuff that I haven't gotten done, that I'm probably not going to be able to get done because of the weather, whatever. All of a sudden, there you go. And before you know it, I'm trying to clean. At the same time, I'm trying to do the other stuff that I was doing. At the same time that I'm listening, okay, does anybody have dirty laundry? I want to put laundry in. And I start the panic process. And anxiety is right at the front of my bus and making me crazy. So the reason I'm bringing this up and pointing it out in this way and telling you exactly what happened on a very relaxed Sunday day. I mean, I woke up this morning. My son-in-law was out he's becoming a pastor, and he was out doing a sermon out by the water. It was beautiful. My son and I went. We watched it. Even though it was cold, we were in this little building on the dock. It was beautiful. I had nothing to be anxious about. Came home, made my son lunch. Everything was great. My day even started off great. So where did the anxiety come from? And it was borrowed. It was borrowed from what was going on in my husband's head over something as silly as a football game. And that's what's important. It can be picked up. It can be transmitted. You can pick it up from anything, anywhere, anytime. And that goes for any emotion. So when you start feeling something, you have to pause and ask yourself, is this mine or did I borrow this? And by the third load of dishes, because my husband is cooking during this football game to distract himself, and when he cooks, it's like Edward Scissorhands in the kitchen. Everything is everywhere, and I can't stand it, and I don't mind. So I start cleaning. I like cleaning. So I start doing the dishes and fixing things up and doing dishes and fixing things up and doing dishes and fixing things up. But by the third or fourth load of dishes, I was like, okay, I really feel off. What is going on? And then I started to explore it and I was like, I get it. So I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to come out now. I'm going to record while the girls are having a snack. I'm going to hit my reset button and I'm going to go back in. And I'm not going to allow myself to go in there unconsciously. I'm going to go in very aware of how I want to feel and settle down. So take some advice from someone who's very thinly veiled with picking up on emotions when I'm not being aware of it or in my coaching head. You know, you have to stay on it. You have to really understand, is this mine or am I borrowing it? Because it can come from anywhere, my friends. Okay, I hope you guys have a blessed day and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.